Welcome to the Brent Gove podcast with co-host Eric Lofholm. We are building 1 million agents in 100 countries in 10 years. Now, here's your host, Brent Gove.
Hey everybody, Brent Gove here. Welcome to the big podcast. And I have my special co-host, one of my best buddies in the world, Eric Lofholm. Eric, good to have you here today.
Hey, Brent, I'm excited to be here. As always, we've got another great podcast lined up for our listeners. Today, we're talking about the 10-day challenge, and I'm excited to get into the conversation with you. So I'll turn it over to you.
Let's do it. So here's the deal. A lot of you go to the events and you hear the Surge is a really popular one that's nationwide right now. I just went, it was incredible. But I signed up for the real estate course. I signed up for the stock course, doing it. And then I went to the Create conference 2 weeks later in Atlanta, and I signed up for a $18,000 publish a book course. And then I paid $1,000 for some consulting. And so a lot of people I find go to events and they don't do anything. Like, well, Brent, I don't have that kind of money. I know I didn't either when I started in 1999, but I signed up for coaching for $497. It scared the bejeebies out of me. But guess what? The more you pay, the more you pay attention. If it's free, you treat it with disrespect. Well, it's free. It's probably not that good. Wherever you are, squeeze that juice out of the lemon, baby. Get that juice out of an orange. Make some orange juice, make some lemon juice, make some grape juice. Squeeze those grapes wherever you are. When you go to church, sit front row, take notes. When you go to the board or some sales meeting, sit front row, take notes. Look for impact. You get out of life what you're looking for. So today, I want to challenge you to take action. One of my favorite sales trainers in the world, life mentors, is Tony Robbins. He always says this, Eric, if you're in your head, you're what? What are you, Eric? If you're in your head, you're
dead.
You're dead. You're thinking about what you're not doing. And then from there, you beat yourself up. Oh, I'm a loser. I'm terrible. I'm this, I'm that. And when you're like a professional beater upper, instead of a professional boxer, you're a professional butt kicker, as in kicking your own butt. And when you really get down on yourself, what happens to your energy? Well, it's easy. Your energy drops. Because you wouldn't talk to anybody else like this, but you call yourself a loser, and you may use some choice words in front of that, and you got to cut that stuff out. Dr. Dennis Waitley, 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago, when I was a dishwasher in college, he was talking about there's a cassette tape series called The Inner Winner. And you got to win inside. It's not that you're narcissistic, but you got to fall in love with you, with all of your flaws, with all of your imperfections. You got to embrace you. And I had a smile that was, when I was a kid, I was allergic to penicillin, and I was given tetracycline. That was the other drug in the 60s if you were allergic to penicillin. What they didn't know is when toddlers, adult teeth were coming in, if you were given a shot of tetracycline, it would discolor your teeth. So instead of being white and bright, they were literally discolored. They were dark. And it bothered me for years and years and years and years and years. I did not smile because I was conscious of my teeth that weren't bright like everybody else's. And then I learned from the Inner Winner, from Dr. Dennis Waitley, we're all flawed. Maybe you have a big nose. Maybe you have a big chin. Maybe you have big ears. Maybe you're too skinny. You're too this. Would you just get over yourself and smile and love people and let the love flow through you? I'm so worried about how I look. That's narcissism. When I was worried about my teeth is when I was narcissistic. I'm all, what will people think? What will people think? Instead of like, how can I love people? How can I love people? Quit thinking about yourself. Who cares what they think about you? How about just, you know what they're going to think about you? If you're genuine and loving and kind, they're going to think, I like that guy. I like that gal. So just be larger than life, enter the room, not as a big deal, but as the most loving, kind person in the room. Look for the wallflowers, go talk to them, and graft them into the conversations. But this is the kind of stuff I learned at events. So here's the deal. I'm going to give you the 10-day challenge today. But before I launch this 10-day challenge that I think could be the beginning, the catalyst for great change in your life, Eric, I just want to Eric's a great sounding board because he was one of the premier Tony Robbins trainers in the world, and he went off and he's doing his own thing, but you were top in the world for Tony Robbins years ago. I know all of everything I've said really resonates with you, but what are some thoughts off of a few of the things I just said?
Well, one thing, Brent, really stuck out, and that is it's embracing all of us, right? It's easy to embrace our best qualities. Where do we shine? But can we embrace our, challenging sides of us? Sometimes I feel anxiety, and I've just learned that's just for whatever reason I go there. And so let me just love that side of me and not just love the positive sides. And when we can learn to do that, I think it can help with our confidence and help us go after the bigger goals and just have a higher level of peace of mind with ourselves.
Beautiful. I don't know if you know this, Eric, but you and I are both from Sacramento, California. And there's a church there called Bridgeway. And Pastor Lance Hahn, I love the man. We actually go there when we're not living in the Caribbean. We're back in Northern California. We have a home there, and we attend Bridgeway on the weekends. The second service, if you're there, come say hi. But so when I'm in town, that's where we are. My son and his new wife go there, and it's fun. We sit together in church, and now it's like the circle of life. But Pastor Lance Hahn has suffered massively from anxiety. I don't know if you know that, Eric. He really
I didn't know
battled for decades and decades, and still does. He's gotten victory over it, but there's, it's a real thing, And so I recommend going to Bridgeway. Just he's an amazing man. Just so you have that in common. But some people have like a gap in their teeth. You ever see some of those movie stars? They have the gap, but they just smile and embrace it. Other people, John Wayne had big ears, or Groucho Marx, and you just gotta laugh and be love, be joy, be happy. So let's get to the 10-day challenge. Okay. So get over yourself. Number one. Number two, Tony Robbins says, take massive actions. It creates results. I'll say that again. Take massive action. It creates results. So here's the 10-day challenge. Time to get out of your head because you're dead. Stop thinking about it and do something. But I might mess it up. Yes, you're going to mess it up. This is how you get better. Come with me to the golf course. We'll get you with a golf pro on the driving range, and you'll mess it up at first, but 100 swings later, you're kind of getting the hang of it. And then do that every day for 100 days. And 100 days from now, you're going to be an awesome golfer. And so same thing, let's go meet with a guitar instructor. We'll play for 30 minutes, and then we'll do it again tomorrow. And 100 days from now, you'll be playing songs. And so it's like anything. Snow ski for 1 day, snow ski for 100 days. You're a different snow skier. It's not magic, it's motion. Get your butt in motion. And yes, you're going to look foolish. You're going to say something stupid. I've left listing appointments at real estate going, oh, how could I have said that? I mean, like said that dumbest stuff. But guess what? After a while, they zig, you zag, they bob, you weave. You know how to do the dance. And you leave that listing appointment, someone's going, man, I wish I had a video crew there. That was like, that was like Monet, Picasso, Rembrandt. That was like Mozart, baby. That was like, woo, I just nailed it. But you know what? I had to go through the ugly to get to the pretty, to get smooth. There's nobody that just starts off perfect. I love watching all of Tiger Woods' missed putts, all of Phil Mickelson's chunks. He's one of the greatest chipper, but you could actually Google all their misses. Michael Jordan missed more game-winning shots than he made. Go watch all the highlights of the game, like where he missed them. It's like, but we see all the highlights and go, why can't that be me? Because you haven't failed enough. So the 10-day challenge is designed to let you see some of your failures, but you're going to improve massively in the next 10 days. I don't care if you sell solar, if you sell stock, if you sell real estate, if you sell Bitcoin, if you sell healthcare, insurance, whatever it is you're selling, trust me, we're all selling. Maybe you're trying to find Mr. Right or Mrs. Wrong. You're going to sell. So here's what it is. Remember the theme here, massive action creates results. So here's my challenge to you for the next 10 days. And this will change your life if you'll take the challenge. I want you to talk to 10 people a day about spas. Maybe you sell spas, or maybe you do crown molding installation. Talk to 10. You don't know anyone who wants to buy crown molding for their home, do you? Or needs crown molding 10 times a day. I don't care who you say that to. You open your mouth and you say, oh, that's just stupid. Do it. How bad do you want it? And so if you start asking and say, like most of us are in real estate that listen to my podcast, I'm sure, ask 10 people a day, do you know anyone who wants to buy or sell real estate? They go, nope, I don't. And then you got to go to the next step. Hey, you don't know anyone who wants to buy or sell a business, do you? Well, yeah, my uncle wants to sell his winery. See, they're not thinking, when you say buy or sell real estate, they're thinking homes. Oh, my grandpa wants to sell his restaurant. Oh, I inherited a warehouse or a building, maybe a building. That I actually inherited a warehouse that's been sitting there idle for years. I've been thinking I need to sell that. I go, do you know what it's worth? You always want to say, do you know what the dry cleaner's worth? Do you know what the restaurant's worth? Do you know what the building's worth? Like, well, I think so. I go, well, how'd you like to know exactly? Because my partner, Paul Frank, and you could find a commercial partner. It doesn't have to be from me. It could be from any brokerage. I like it from other brokerages sometimes because it's a way to sponsor them. You hand someone from Coldwell Bank or another company a deal, and of course you're at 50-50 partner on the deal. Giving them the winery is worth 50%, even if you do nothing else. You're flopping in the lap, and if they don't want to pay you 50, go, hey, I'll call somebody else. No, I'll give you 50, because they know the commission is $1 million, is $2 million. They get $1 million, you get $1 million. They get $500,000, you get $500,000. You get, well, you're embarrassed to ask for 25%, but you got to work on that, number one. But number two, if you say this to 10 people a day, at the end of 10 days, you will talk to 100 people. And you are literally going to put yourself in the path of progress. You talk to 110 people a day about solar for 10 days, and you talk to 100 people, you are going to have it. And then I always end up, hey, if you know anyone who ends up doing solar or ends up wanting to list a home or buy a home, refer them to me. When it works out, I'll give you a $500 gift card to your favorite restaurant. By the way, in fact, I'm going to role play with you, Eric. Eric, where's your favorite restaurant? Like on your birthday, anniversary, somewhere fun. Like
We love to go to Hawks in Granite Bay.
Boom. See, I would not have Hawks in Granite Bay. Hawks is a really high-end, luxurious restaurant. Eric, if I end up getting a listing from you this year, just remind me. I say the same amount to everyone so you don't forget, but I'll give you a 500 gift card to Hawks.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a nice dinner right there.
$500. You could use it on your birthday, your anniversary, Valentine's, New Year's Eve, something fun. It's just my way of saying thanks for remembering me. But what you're also kicking in is the greatest radio station worldwide of all time, called WIFM, which stands for what, Eric?
What's in it for me?
There you go. So you're not only asking for the referral, you're letting them know, hey, if this works out, when it closes, I'm going to give you a $500 gift card to Hawks. Now, some people, they'll say Cattleman's, steakhouse. That's a lot of food at Cattleman's Steakhouse. You can go 2 or 3 times. Other people like, was it Crate and Barrel? What's that place back east? It's a breakfast place, Crate and Barrel, or it's not Crate and Barrel. It's oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it. It's really popular. But people know what I'm talking about. The Waffle Barn, or the Waffle House on the East Coast. You could eat there for a year for $500. That place is very inexpensive. I like sushi. I like Makuni's. That's like one meal. Makuni's. Who would think sushi is that expensive? But but when you really, no, seriously, like, well, I really love, Ruth Chris Steakhouse or Fleming's Steakhouse. I'll give you a $500 gift card to Fleming's, and all of a sudden, I've had people call me back out of the blue 2 years later. Oh my gosh, my neighbor's listing their house. I told them about you. They're like, well, send him over. We need to get this home on the market. And I called the neighbor. They're like, yeah, we're ready to list, because they spoke so highly of me. And I called them back thinking, I go, who is this again? Like, I cut your hair 2 years ago, and you said that if I got you business someday, you give me a $500 gift card to Ruth Chris. My husband and I have never been to Ruth Chris. We've always wanted to go to Ruth Chris, but we couldn't afford Ruth Chris. And I have worked for 2 years to get you this lead, because I kicked in the principle of WIFM, what's in it for me. And so I give them a gift card. So you got to be careful with that. You can't necessarily put big marketing, advertising things, but people give gift cards to dinner all the time. And so I'll leave that at that. But if you do, I promise you this will change your life, because if you'll actually take the 10-day challenge and talk to 10 people a day. I mean, someone at gym, someone at the gymnastics, someone at the kids' school, someone at soccer, volleyball, baseball, someone when you're walking through your neighborhood. Today I was in the plaza. My wife and I had breakfast, and we're talking about a $5.6 million home on the beach we want to go see. Someone was sitting over 30 feet. Go, excuse me, I couldn't help overseeing you. Are you interested in buying real estate? I go, yes, we are. She goes, oh my gosh, I work for Palmas Dream Homes. I would love to show you that home. Now I said, look at this. See, that's how you do it. And I go, oh my gosh. Well, I already have an agent. Thank you very much. But you should meet Maria. She says, oh, I know Maria. I work for Maria. She has Palmas Dream Homes. She's with EXP. I go, oh, I'm in EXP. She goes, I'm in EXP. I go, there you go. This is how you become successful. You open your mouth. What if I had said, sure, yeah, I don't have an agent. And we went and looked at that $5.6 million home on the beach, and it is exceptional. We're going to go see it. We're actually excited about it. I've never seen one this nice. And she makes a sale, but you got to open your mouth, get out of your head. In your head, you're dead. So this is the challenge. And you got to like say, okay, I'm doing this Monday, or I'm starting today, to heck with it. And just, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe nothing comes of it today. And then 10 tomorrow, and then 10, you're like 30, I've done 30, nothing's coming. All of a sudden, day 4, 2 of the 10 go, yeah, I want to list my home. One of them goes, I want to buy a home. And then day 5, nothing. Day 6, they go, oh yeah, my parents want to list their home. It's $900,000 over here in Wessex and blah, blah, blah. And wow. And I said, well, if this works out, I'll give you a $500 gift card to your favorite restaurant. The commission on that is $27,000 on a $900,000 home. Who here would pay $500 to get a $27,000 gross commission? Well, the broker gets a little, okay, what are you going to net? 23,000? You know, can you give up $500 for $23,000? This is so fun. So the bottom line is, you're getting like, I need marketing, I need funnels, I need social media, I need AI, no, you need to do. You need to do, go do, make a mess of it, say stupid stuff, and all of a sudden become natural, more comfortable. And all of a sudden you'll have all the business. There's trillions of dollars worth of business. The reason you suffer is because you do not try. It is not because you do not try. It is because you do not try that you suffer. It's not because you suffer that you do not try. It's because you're not trying that you suffer. And that was from Seneca, and so, he also said, at first it is impossible, then it is difficult, then it is done. So you may think this is an impossible task, but what is your dream? What is your goal? How do you want to touch humanity? What causes could you give to if you had more money, and that you say no to now because you don't have the money? And so, be bold as a lion, be courageous. This is simple stuff, you guys. 10 a day, it compounds. 10 days from now, you will have talked to 100 people. And my hope is that you get so excited about what you see from this. Take the 10-day challenge, that you do another 10 days. And then another 10 days. And guess what? At the end of 30 days, you will have talked to 300 people. You'll have buildings listed with your commercial partner. I don't have a commercial partner. Yes, you do. Paul Frank. That's his name. Google him. He's in Sacramento, California. He sold billions of dollars of commercial. He's done it for 25 years. You will love him. I give him to you as a commercial partners with EXP. And he can do the deal with you. And you can get a huge referral fee with Paul. And you just be honest with him. I'm an expert at the residential part, but my partner, Paul Frank, and call him and have a conversation with him if you want, so you feel better about it. He's an expert at the commercial. He'll tell you what your building's worth. You may think you know what it's worth and put it on the market for $4 million, only to find out it sold the first weekend, and you think your agent's a genius. It's because it was worth $5 million. Your agent is not a genius. You just lost $1 million. He might have even double-ended it because it was such a good deal. And so you always want to say, do you know what your restaurant's worth? Well, I think so. Well, how would you like to know so? My partner, Paul Frank's an expert at analyzing the value of businesses. He could tell you what that restaurant will be worth. Would you like me to introduce you to him? And then shut up. Yeah. Boom. You'll have buildings listed. You'll have wineries listed. You'll have dry cleaners and storage units and gas stations. And it's crazy businesses people sell. So listen to me. Are you a commercial agent? Everyone say, yes, I'm a commercial agent. So my partner, Paul, and I do commercial. I specialize in the residential, but Paul does the commercial. We do it together as a team. Your contribution, don't tell them this, is I'm going to give you the lead, Paul, and then you get 50%. Paul does the work. You can watch and learn and grow, but it is so exciting. So that is the 10-day challenge. I'm begging you, I'm imploring you to take this step. And if you take it, whether you're a stockbroker or you sell solar or you're in the insurance world, the more people you talk to, the more you're going to succeed. It's that simple. It is not magic. It is motion. And it's because your bottom has not been in gear that you're like fighting with depression or beating yourself up. But when your energy's high and you're feeling good, you become magnetic. People are energized by your energy, and they'll start picking you going, I like him. I like her. I don't know what it is about him. It's your energy because you're doing. And you say, oh yeah, I just listed a property over there. I got listed a building over here. I just listed a restaurant over here. I got this home over here. It's like, oh God, this gal's successful. Let's do business with her because they really seem like they got it going on. It's because you do. So start. I implore you to start. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The first step, and find someone to do the challenge with you. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go to far, let's go together. Get a buddy or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 of you and say, let's do a 10-day challenge. We're talking to 10 people a day about, boom, crown molding, hot spring spas, cold plunges. It doesn't matter. Talk to 10 people a day, 100 people about whatever it is you do. And it's game, set, and match over. Let us know how you're doing. Eric, any final thoughts on today's podcast and inspiration or on what I said?
Yeah, love the message. And I have a couple thoughts. And one is, when you're talking about like funnels or AI or this or that, even if you're doing those things, you still have to follow up with those leads. So yes. We still have to talk to 10 people and do the deal. And then the thing I loved about what you said, how I heard it was gamification. Let's play a game called reach out to 10 people a day, every day for the next 10 days. And what it does is it takes the focus off of how are they going to respond. And I think that's where people really struggle is they get afraid. Well, if I contact this person, they're probably going to say they're not interested and I'm afraid of rejection. Whereas what you're talking about is no, just get out there and take action. It's not about how they're going to respond. It's you taking care of your side of the street and the action that you're going to take. So the last thing that I want to share is if we think about action as a skill set, action as a skill set, it's a muscle that we can all develop. So I love the challenge, Brent, and I'm hopeful that all of our listeners are going to accept the challenge and they're going to create some momentum here in the next 10 days. And I love today's message.
Awesome. Thank you, Eric. Well, how do we wrap this up, Eric? What do we always tell our listeners to do?
We always tell you guys, I always wrap it up and say, listen to the podcast multiple times to put the best ideas that Brent shared with you into your subconscious. And please share the podcast with your team and with your organization so they can benefit from Brent's message. We thank you guys for being our great listeners. We look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. Bye for now.
See you guys. Okay, so here's the deal. We have incredible information, video content on my YouTube channel. Go over there and make sure you subscribe. And it's vital that you ring the bell. If you ring that bell every time I put out new content, it's actually going to notify you and you can get the latest and greatest of what's happening at EXP. Now, don't forget to like me on Facebook so you can also get that content, and then follow me on Instagram. We're hitting everybody high, low, and in between. We're trying to get the information out there so you can build big businesses, revenue share organizations. So go to YouTube right now. Please subscribe and ring that bell. Like me on Facebook and follow me on Instagram. We'll see you out there.